All right, everybody. I had another crazy game in the Morra. I think this will be instructive in terms of talking about when opponents don't accept the sacrifice, and also just looking for wild play in every single position. And this is a fantastic example of some of the really cool tactical sequences you can get in the Morra. So maybe a little appetizer if anybody is trying to think about learning it, but I cannot recommend it enough. It's fantastic. So we have main line here, normal stuff. Um, A6. Uh, again, he doesn't want to have anything to do with this B5 square and with my knight coming in there. And he's looking to play B5 himself to kick this bishop back, which he does. After the knight comes out of castle, we get B5, and then I drop the bishop back to B4. I actually believe the correct move here is bishop D3, but I haven't really analyzed it, and I'm not too sure, so I'm not going to talk about it in this video. But I believe the correct move is bishop D3. Next, we have, let me turn this guy off. So whenever we bring the knight out like this, whenever you see them bringing that out like this, they're looking to complete their development by bringing this knight to G6. And if they get this maneuver in without any harassment, it's going to be a nice game for them because it really allows this bishop to open up, and they don't have to worry about the knight on F6 getting hit with E5. So that kind of this knight controls E5 really well. So we can't allow that. And in this position, we always play bishop G5. And this pins the knight to the queen, stopping knight G6, which is pretty sweet. So just basic moves. And then now knight A5 going after the bishop. And whenever they're wasting tempos going after this light square bishop, this is where you can actually look to sack it on on D5. Same thing if they play a B4 here, like attacking the knight, like wasting a tempo to attack the knight. I don't know if it works, but yeah. Yeah, 95. Look, see, immediately 95. 95 is a move. See, so if they make that move, if they waste that tempo trying to hit your bishop or trying to kick away this knight, you can look to sack on D5. So this is just a reoccurring theme in the Morra, which is super something I picked up from Mark Esserman's book. So we had knight over, and then I immediately sacked the bishop on D5, and computer actually doesn't mind. It's not the best move, but you can see that it's not losing by any means. Yeah, it doesn't understand this move really. Uh, yeah, it's tough. Anyway, so sack the bishop. He doesn't take, or he does take. I'm sorry, excuse me. He does take this bishop. I recapture with the pawn, and my fatal mistake here was that actually I should have recaptured with the knight. Um, Recapturing with the pawn runs into this move, D6. And he didn't play it in the game, but his saving move would have been D6. And what D6 essentially does is it stops me from playing D6 myself, and it kind of stops the harassment of this knight. He still has a tough game, but he's going to be able to develop and under good play, he's going to be able to get out of the situation. By not stopping D6, he allows a whole sort of problems. So if I could redo this, I would actually take with the knight, and this allows some interesting lines. So maybe F6 because this knight's a bit overloaded. F6, bishop takes F6 is a cool idea, and then this position, and this is definitely playable. Like here, you're gonna have the knight coming in, the queen coming in, the rook's coming to the center, and it's doesn't the evaluation says zeros here, but I bet you it's much. This is got to be winning for white in a human perspective. So that's an interesting idea. So not always need to take back with the pawn. Sometimes it's applicable to take with the knight if they can play d6 and stop you from pushing forward. Anyway, he didn't do that. It's a hard move to find. He played the queen over, and I immediately played d6. Obvious move, and he's lost. He's completely lost here. Um, I brought the knight in, just hitting the queen, pestering her again. He goes queen c5, and then I just swing my rook in. Just aligning with all his, with the king. He's 3 moves away from castling. It's not happening for him. This game is already over. F6, and here I actually could have taken. I could have played Bishop takes f6, pawn takes f6, and then give this check. And we can see this line where the king kind of gets double checked here, and it's game over, right? But I didn't play this, and I saw this queen move, and I just went straight for it. And this is it's not as nice, it's not as clean, but it's still winning totally. Takes, and here I missed the fact that this bishop was actually you could take it, and again, still winning position, doesn't have anything. We trade queens, which is not always the best, but I have I mean, look at this knight, and I'm hitting this, and look at this rook. Like this is over. Look at my king, and look at his king. So super easy to play for me. I took with the knight. He looked to recapture the knight, and then bam, I hit him with rook e7, king over. And here I could have played rook e1 immediately. And it's actually a pretty nice position because I give up this piece, but I win it right back, right? And if he goes here, and this is over, you know. So that's always nice. I didn't play that. I played my knight in. Excuse me. I played the knight back to f7, protecting the knight. He brought the knight in, hitting my rook. I saw that he could take the rook. So when I doubled the rooks here, I realized that he could take, and then I would take back with check. And if he took my knight, then I'm just going to promote, right? So I had no problem with this, and this is actually a forced mating sequence. And I mean, if you want to find mate in 5, you can find mate in 5. But he offered me mate in 1, and I took it, which is a really nice mate. You'll see the pawn protected by the rook, guarding these 2 squares, and then the knight delivers the final blow and covers the f7 square. So really fun game. I think there's some instructive moments in there, especially with the sacrifice on d5 and looking for that. And hopefully you guys got something out of that. So have a good weekend, everybody.